often imitated but never duplicated. It's your main man Orion coming back from the galaxy once again. And today, I'm not gonna lie, we're still on the topic of BTS, but today is gonna be a little bit different. This video is by Money Malik, and it's a very interesting concept because a lot of people have been buying tickets. I mean, the ticket wars has already happened a month ago. I don't know why the fuck I'm talking about this shit like it's still current day, but when the BTS tour goes down, is probably gonna be one of the biggest in history. And I found this title that would be preferably interesting. Will BTS profit from their 1.5 billion world tour? It really does depend on how many shows they do. I feel like they will do all of them because BTS is like a different type of animal. They're probably one of the biggest band of the 21st century. There's nothing, there's nothing that could compare to them. Nothing that will overtake them for a very very long time, in my opinion. But today we're going to be reacting to the financial side of things, being that I'm a business major and all that stuff. It's interesting to see how much will they profit off of this world tour and if they can go into debt potentially, because 1.5 billion dollars is a lot of money to spend on 7 like, I don't know, it's crazy for me to even think about it, like the fact that it's 1.5 billion dollars, like what the hell. But anywho, y'all know the drill. Like the video, subscribe, turn on post notifications, comment which video I should react to next. I can say it now. I'm finna start doing funny moments, TikTok compilations, and all that stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, for now, let's lock in. No lie though, this is gonna be a very interesting concept. I'm really interested to see how much will they profit, because I know this is like a one-off, but this is very interesting to know. So
BTS making on this 2026 World Tour? Let's take a look. It's the highest grossing K-pop tour in history. Over 70 shows in 30 plus cities, 4.5 million fans in attendance. It's estimated to contribute almost 0.5% to South Korea's entire GDP. Economists literally...
Wow. Hold up. Let's search up GDP. Let's search up GDP. Because don't get me wrong, guys. I'm familiar with the terms that he's talking about, but GDP, gross domestic product. So that is basically what did he say again? I had to go back a few frames. South Korea's entire GDP, so it's the entire what South Korea is bringing in domestically in terms of economic status, like how much money they're going to make from this. It's basically damn near to 0.5%.
Economists literally created...
Like, God, 1.5 billion dollars, 0.5% of the entire economic GDP of South Korea is wild.
a new term for this, BTSonomics. It's true. If we're taking an average stadium
BTSonomics. Nah, man, they playing, bro.
capacity of around 65,000 seats and an average ticket price of around $245.
Yeah, I know. Didn't I say before in the intro? I said ticket prices are high as hell. Some of them ranging from like the VIP, I think it can go up to like $500-$600. Some crazy stuff from this group. I mean, to be honest, if you're paying top dollar to see one of the greatest bands on earth perform, they're not, like, no lie, they're gonna raise the prices up, and it's ridiculous because inflation, it's this inflation shit is getting out of hand. But at the same time, I can kind of see where the group and the band is coming from. Like, we gotta put butts in seats, we gotta make our money somehow. But they're never, I don't think BTS are never gonna be the type of people to like brag about 1.5 billion dollars. They're just probably gonna do the world tour and honestly just keep it pushing from there. I think there's going to be a lot of things to come, even if we don't get to be a part of the world tour, even if we don't get to see BTS live. There's going to be Netflix documentaries. There's going to be a free concert. There's going to be, I think they have their reality show still running. They have Weverse Live, all this other stuff that we're going to be able to look forward to. So I think it's stupid for people to put like the whole potential of a group into just one concert. But like $245 for average seating prices is, nigga, you tripping. Not, and that's not including the airport like plane fees, the expenses, whether to push, whether like you purchase a hotel or not, whether like accommodations and stuff like that. That's probably gonna be like at least like $1,000, like in the range of $1,000 to $5,000. Like it's crazy.
We're getting a gross revenue of almost $16 million per show. Now, in a premium market such as AT&T Stadium in Dallas, they're going to have around 105,000 fans in attendance. So their gross revenue from that show alone may be more than $25 million. We can say for around 75 shows at an average gross of around 16 million per show is going to come out to almost 1.2 billion in gross revenue from this tour. Damn, Jimin. Now,
well, that's from 2026. I don't think they're including like 2027 shows, because they got some shows in like Korea and Tokyo, Japan, and all that stuff. So you can definitely say $1.2 billion for 2026. Or maybe I'm just pulling stat lines out of my ass. Maybe for like 2026. You could say in 2026 they're grossing around $1.2 billion just for America alone. But for 2027, like I know they got a few short shows in going through 2027. It might be more than that. Who knows? I'm sorry for pausing it this much, but I just wanted to get my point across, and maybe you guys can correct me in the comments if you think that I'm wrong. But hey,
merchandise comes in on top of this, and BTS has higher merchandise sales.
Merchandise. I haven't even contributed that. Yeah, that's not even counting merchandise sales, and probably like the TV promotions, like the Netflix promotions. People, you already know people are gonna pay their money for a BTS show, for the BTS documentary on Netflix, and to see that free concert. I mean, dead ass, bro. Like, come on, man. It's definitely going to be higher than $1.2 billion. I think they're going to make a profit off of this, but it's not going to be like way too deep of a profit, like way too much. I think they're going to make around 1.8 to $2 billion, which is still a lot of money, but like not like double the profit. You feel me? I mean, 1.8 to $2 billion is still a fuck ton of money. Like, no lie, it's still a lot of money. They're still making a profit, but I'm just rambling on tangents now.
Than most other artists. So if we estimate 4.5 million fans times $80 average per fan spent in merchandise, that's around $360 million that we're going to add to their gross tour revenue.
$1.2 billion.
Taking those ticket sales plus their merchandise, this is a gross revenue from this tour of about $1.538 billion.
Yeah, that's all.
Hey, yo, damn, V. So how much is each member making individually? Let's look at their cost structure to determine what's left over. BTS is going to have to rent out every venue, and depending on the venue, it's going to be between $500,000 and $1 million on average. Now, they have daily operations of around $750,000 to $1 million, consisting of...
I didn't even factor that. I didn't even factor that, how much money they're going to lose to put this shit together. I mean, like every venue that they're gonna be hosted at is probably gonna be $500 like to $750,000, maybe even $1 million, depending on what the venue and how much the venue, like the capacity can provide and how much work that needs to be done. But hey, it goes to show that these groups want their show, especially BTS, because they're the biggest band in the world. Like, BTS wants the best for their fans. They want the best experience for their fans, and if it's gonna take a whole production setup, like about 50 to 100 people everywhere they go, they're gonna make sure they're on cue, they're on point with it. They're not gonna mess around. They're gonna they probably practice multiple hours back at home, back in their studio, to perfect their own dance moves. So it's just a testament to how hard this band has worked since the come up, since 2013, where they had to share one one room. They had to sleep in one room. They had two rooms in one dorm. That's crazy, man. That's ridiculous. It's insane how far they come.
Crew, logistics, and overhead. Now, we have ticketing fees that are going to be approximately 10% of the gross coming from Live Nation and Ticketmaster. We have facility fees and taxes of around $1 to $5 per ticket, and credit card processing of about 2.5 to 3%. Now, these are just their per show, per venue costs. Let's look at the tour-wide costs that are also going to impact their cost structure. The stage design and build for the 360 custom experience is going to be around $25 to $30 million. Logistics and freight is going to be around $50 million for the entire tour, consisting of around 50 to 70 trucks used to move equipment around, fuel, insurance, and obviously international shipping. There's 300 to 500 traveling crew. That's
300 to 500. Never mind. I didn't think there was going to be I thought it was going to be 50 to 100. They multiplied that shit by 5. My goodness, man.
Used for all of these shows. Sound engineers, lighting techs, security, those individuals' salaries, hotel stay, per diem, etc. That's going to add to those costs for BTS as well. After taking all that into account, we're going to estimate around 65% of their total gross revenue is going to go to expenses, equating to almost $863 million. Now, in analyzing their net profit, let's compare them to a solo artist, Bruno Mars, who's also going on tour this year. There's going to be significant differences for how that net profit actually looks. Because 65% of BTS's revenue goes to expenses, their net margin is going to be around 35%. While Bruno Mars is 42%. Bruno Mars is a solo artist. His crew size is going to be leaner, 40 to 45 trucks. BTS has to deal with 70 plus trucks to move their equipment around. They have 7 artists. Now, where BTS has its strongest advantage is merchandise. It's estimated that each fan that attends a BTS concert for this tour is going to spend on average $80 on merchandise. Bruno Mars, on the other hand, his fans are on average.
They have light sticks, pictures. I don't know if they have like merchandise and like streetwear types, but they have a lot of merchandise that their fans are going to be spending on, and their fans are like impulse buyers. No disrespect to any like BTS fans, but many people in that community are just impulse buyers. Like, no lie though, they're going to see BTS and they're going to buy it, no matter how much it costs. I know some people they're financially celibate and they want to hold back on prices. They just want to see their favorite artist perform, but I'm just calling it what it is. There, many people in this group are impulse buyers, and we cannot overlook that.
Going to spend $35 to $40 on merchandise. Now, after all these expenses are paid, let's look at net profit. If we take gross revenue from this tour of around $1.3 billion, subtract out around $863 million in expenses, we're going to get a net profit for BTS of around $464 million. And this is going to come out to around $66.4 million per member. Now, this is the net profit before.
That's retirement. That's retirement money, bro. $66.4 million. That's enough to support 8 generations over, 8 lifetimes over. Generations of families do not have that kind of wealth in a lot of places. That's like you can buy a home for every homeless person in San Francisco. Like a third of the homeless people in San Francisco. Like, you could travel to the moon multiple times over. It's ridiculous.
For the multi-jurisdictional tax considerations are taken into account. We have South Korea, which is the primary residence for the members of BTS. For high earners, the national income tax of Korea is around 45%. Let's assume a local income tax rate of around 4.5% to 5%. We're going to say a combined tax rate for Korea of around 49.5% to 50%. Now, the United States has a top tax rate of 37% for its high earners. Other major markets like the UK, which has 45%, Japan 55% combined local and national, Mexico 35%, and then the EU and Canada of 40 to 50% should all be considered as well. Does that mean
tax from those countries that he just mentioned? I feel like the world tax, like an estimate, is around 35 to 50%. Like that's the median. Like around 35 to 45%. Like that's the medium. Like the lowest, like the absolute lowest is like 30, and then the absolute highest is 50.
BTS is going to be taxed in Korea and the US? Not necessarily. South Korea has treaties with the United States, the European Union, Canada, and all these different countries
Okay.
to prevent double taxation. They will still be subject to withholding taxes, but again,
Obviously.
based on the actual ins and outs of the treaties, some of that withholding tax can be reduced. Now,
Okay.
let's take a look at their after-tax profit. We're going to average out the tax rate across all these jurisdictions to around 47%. That tax liability comes out to around 218 million, leaving them with an after-tax net profit of around $246 million. And for
That's
each
still a lot
member,
of money.
that equates to around $35 million.
That's
But Hybe
retirement
could
money,
take
bro.
up
That's
to and even
generations.
more than 40% share. So each member estimated to get around $21.1 million when it's all said and done. In an industry where streaming pays fractions of a penny, BTS proved that live touring, done right, is still the ultimate revenue generator. With a 360-degree stage, industry-leading merchandise, and the most dedicated fan base on Earth, they've built a touring model
Die
that has
hard.
generated half
Die
a billion
hard.
in profit and splitting it 7 ways. That's not just impressive, that's unprecedented.
That's
Donate to my
unheard of.
GoFundMe if you want to see more.
That's unheard of, man. Hey, man, shout out to Money Malik, bro. Like a lot of the points that he was making were some very good points, bro. It's not easy to do a tour with 7 members and have it split equally across them, bro. Like they'll still have like 21 million dollars when it's all said and done, man. Like $21 million in, at least in the state of New York. You can move across the country to Iowa and still have, you can provide generational wealth in Iowa. You can probably have like a whole farm, and still have money left over. Like $21 million is no joke. But the fact that they're not like BTS, I don't think it's the type of people to just brag about how much money they got. I mean, obviously you buy expensive clothes with it because you have so much money. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, I mean, it's good to provide for future generations, but at the same time, like you not gonna spoil yourself with the kind of money that you make from your fans. Like, let's be realistic here. But $20 million, bro. I'm making this all about money, bro. Like the main point is BTS deserves every fan, every bit of merchandise, every sort of money they get, because the stuff that they're making on a constant clip is just it's historical. It's on a historic level that I don't think we'll see ever again for a long time, man. For a long time. Like even future generations of boy bands and all these pop groups, they'll never be able to touch. Like that's like Michael Jackson status. And they probably surpassed Michael Jackson in the way too. Like, bro, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's remarkable, bro. But yeah, man, another reaction in the books. I hope I didn't come off a little too ignorant for you guys, because a lot of you guys have this tendency whenever I criticize and critique something, especially when it comes to BTS, y'all get all up in arms and be like, oh, you sound like that. Bro, I'm not going there, bro. It's just being honest. It's just being genuine. This is not an attack on any of like the personal bias that you feel. It's just a review and honest critique on the tour and how much I think will profit. Because for me, when it's all said and done, I go to college. I'm a major in accounting. I hope to get my associates and my bachelor's. Hopefully, if this YouTube thing doesn't pop off, it's not the end of the world. I just want to know the economic business of it all. And I saw this video last night, and I thought it would be a good reaction video to show on camera with you guys. But hey, man, let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with any of the points that Malik made. He's got 576 subscribers, so he's not too far away from me. So if the Galaxy Gang, the Galaxy Gang, I just made up a name for my fans on the spot. If the Galaxy Gang can go and support this guy, he has 576 subscribers, creeping up on that 600 mark. He posted a video already got 6 point, like almost 7,000 views, which is crazy. But anyways, man, that's another reaction to books. Everything that needed to be said by me has been said. Now it's your guys' mission to like the video, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and share this video with all your friends. I love you all, but God loves you more. Take care of yourselves. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's your main man Ryan, and as always, stay tuned for more. Peace.